Poor Thomas, always known as Doubting Thomas. It's all because in today's passage we hear from the Gospel of John that he said, unless I can put my hands into his side and my fingers into the holes that the nails have made, I refuse to believe. But Thomas was merely using his reasoning, his intellect. God gave us a brain and we're invited to use it, even in matters of faith. But the question is, do we rely on our intellect only? Do we have eyes of faith to see beyond? But sometimes it is through these intelligent questionings, this wonderment, what if? What is it really? That it opens up, I think, even greater possibilities for the faith to, I think, be appreciated and deepened. For example, because of this episode of doubting, when Jesus came again and spoke to Thomas directly, Thomas himself responded with, "My Lord and my God." And Thomas then became the first person to claim Jesus' divinity, to call him Lord and God. And we know that Lord in the Greek is Kyrios, and Kyrios in the Greek-speaking world is equivalent to God, the divine. And so here, Thomas doesn't just say, "I praise God for having done this to you to bring you back to life." He could see that this risen Jesus is Lord and God in the flesh. And I think this is a wonderment that we have to appreciate. That sometimes it's through these questions that we begin to get an even better response to our questioning. Even when Thomas asked another question in the Gospel of John, like, we don't even know where you're going. How can we know the way? And then Jesus replied with the famous line that we know him for, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. And I think we allow ourselves to ask these intelligent questionings so that it opens up our vision. And this vision is very important because if we're able to see as God intends us to see, then we have that same vision, that same heart to love. And that's how, as the first reading says, that we are no longer aliens or visitors, outsiders. We are part of God's household, meaning that we are family, because we beat with the same heart of love. And we're all aligned to that main cornerstone that is Jesus Christ. So my dear brothers and sisters, we have been baptized. We've been called to belong to God as family, as Jesus' brothers and sisters, to beat with that same heart of love. And yes, there may be many questions that we still grapple with, but let us continue to have this faith and hope and to keep opening our souls, yes, to ask, but also be ready for Jesus to respond. And when Jesus does respond, I think it will explode our horizons of understanding and faith.